What's up, Limitless North? It's Mackay Block. I wanted to talk with you about where your fears meet wealth. Typically, as an entrepreneur, we have specific fears that are outside of our comfort zone, places that we can identify for ourselves that we're afraid to go. And usually, more often than not, that very place is where we're going to find our results, our success, our wealth, really what it is we're working towards in the first place. And our fear is what holds us back from ever really achieving what we're pursuing. And so I want to encourage you to identify your fear. More than likely than not, there's a big place that you can identify in your own heart and your own head that you're afraid to go. When you dream up your ideal vision for what life should look like, for what your company should look like, for what your money should look like, your income, your wealth, there's a place of fear there, and you can probably specifically identify it and say, I know I want to be there, but I am so afraid of actually getting there. I don't know how to build it to that level. I don't know how to take those steps. And yet, if you can overcome that fear, if you can get out of your comfort zone, you can take a few steps towards that. That is typically where your biggest and best results are going to be. So for me, as I first thought about hiring my first employees, that was a really terrifying thing for me. I'd never done it before. I didn't know what it looked like. I remember searching on YouTube for hours, looking for a video of how do I hire my first employee? What should I look for? What's the process like? Can I afford it? I didn't think I could afford paying somebody to do the job that I could do so well. And I thought, yeah, I could hire somebody, but they're gonna do it half as well as me, which means that I'm gonna pay them to do a job half-hearted, you know, and I don't even have enough money right now to pay for myself, to pay my own profits, to take care of my rent and my bills and all this stuff. And so how could I pay an employee to do a job half as well as me? And that was a place of fear. It was just, it came from a lack of understanding and a lack of experience. But you know, when I actually hired my first employee and I got somebody in to screen print for me for Elevated, it changed everything. I made so much more money than I'd ever made before in my life. So my income went through the roof because I was able to focus on higher level functions and pay somebody to do the tedious work that was keeping me from actually progressing my company, my brand, getting new clients, all of that stuff. And yeah, they didn't do as good a job as me. They were slower, and yet more work got done in general, more money came in, and I was able to learn to be a manager. And so I faced that fear of giving up my own strengths and outsourcing and delegating them to someone else. I also faced that fear of paying money for something I didn't think I had enough money for. And I faced that fear of building a company that was more than just myself. And I just want to encourage you that outside of your comfort zone is where all of wealth lies. You have to push yourself. You have to take chances. Not necessarily risks, but chances. And you have to develop your own skills in unique ways that you can't do with what you're currently doing. You see, to make more money, to change your life, to make more wealth, you have to do things differently. You have to develop new skills and new techniques and new habits than what you currently have in your life. You can't accomplish your grandest vision at your current level. And you can't get to a new level by doing the same things. And so inevitably you have to step outside of your comfort zone. You have to switch things up. You have to change the routines you have in your life. You have to change the habits. You have to change the way you do things. You have to change how you look at situations. And that only happens by stepping out, taking risks, facing your fear, and stepping into those places of fear. So another thing, just to talk about sales. Sales typically scare people. Face-to-face sales are scary. It means that you have to go engage with people and be challenged, and you have to challenge other people, and you have to be very bold and very confident, and you have to know your stuff, and you have to step out of your house and go do something rather than sitting at a computer. You have to take a different kind of action, and that's scary to do. And yet when you do that, you can increase your earnings by so much. And so I'm just identifying my own fears, you know, as I talk about this video. There's things that I want to do, things that I have plans and purposes for, and I know that if I would just do them, I would experience an influx of income, an influx of wealth, a greater business plan, a greater structure. So many things would change, and yet I'm afraid to take those steps. And I convince myself that I'm too busy to start, or I have, just have too many things going on to iron out the details of what that would look like. But I know my abilities, my capabilities. I know that if I went and sold face-to-face again, it wouldn't be scary at all for me once I started doing it, because I'm very comfortable with that. But it's scary to start something sometimes. And so, just to get into specifics, I have the Foundations of Success course that I've created for Limitless North that teaches everybody everything I've learned about success and wealth building and increasing income and becoming more efficient and effective, and habits that I've developed in my life that have changed everything for me business-wise. And I want to go sell that in person so that I can really hear people's objections to success, the things that are truly holding people back. I want to understand that psychologically, and I want to know how to sell people, very specifically. How do I handle all their objections? How do I handle their fears? How do I build that into myself? Because I know that developing those skills specifically for this program will benefit me so much in life. And so I'm really excited to go do this, and yet I'm also fearful because it means I have to do something new. I have to get out of my comfort zone. I have to go talk to strangers. I have to spend a couple hours a week, pushing a product, which I believe in wholeheartedly, and I know it's good for people, but I just have to get over that mental block of this takes some serious action to go do. And I know that if I go do that, I can sell a handful of programs a day, and that will increase my wealth in a great way. And not only that, but it'll increase the effectiveness of the program for everybody else that's in it, because more people will be joining, and more objections will be heard, so that we can address those and overcome those and talk about that with everybody, how to overcome their own fears, their own obstacles. And so it's a really good thing to do, and yet I'm so busy with all of my other stuff that I use that as an excuse, and I just say I'm too busy, I'll do it next week, or I'll do it the week after. And yet I know that's just a place of fear that I have to step into, and as soon as I do, my income will increase. So what is it for you? What fear can you identify in your life? Another thing for me was with Elevated. I envisioned this large company with me running it, and 30 or 40 employees all doing different things, and having a really nice warehouse for it where it's efficient and effective and streamlined and clean and creative. And that's such an exciting vision for me, and yet it scares me, and I'm fearful of it. And I think it's just addressing my own incompetencies of, can I really manage that big of a company? Can I do this the right way? Can I get to that level of sales with the company where I can pay salaries for 30 or 40 people? And so there's fear there, and yet as I step into it, and as I create that vision, and as I put one piece in place after another, the vision gets more clear, less scary, and I see my income increase. I see my wealth increase. I see my abilities and my skills increase. And so as an entrepreneur, identify your fear and push into that place, because it will change everything for you. If you step out of your comfort zone, you will find the results that you're looking for. Success always lies outside of our current comfort zones. So take a step, identify the fear, and say, I'm better than that. I'm above that fear. I am capable. I am able. Jim Rohn says that you don't wish things were easier, wish you were better. And that's such a call to action, isn't it? I wish I was better, so I will be better. I will go be better. I will face this challenge. I will dominate it, and I will put myself on another level of life. And that will change everything for me. Napoleon Bonaparte said, I see no obstacle, only the success, only the results. So whatever obstacle is in your way, you have to push through it to your results. You can't worry about the things that are blocking you. You have to get around them, and you have to get to where it is that you want to go in life. So I hope this inspires you and helps you. I'm Makai Block with Limitless North. God bless you guys. Have a great week. Go enjoy some of my other videos. There's some great content on there. I really want to teach you how to be a better entrepreneur, how to be more efficient in your life, how to be more effective, how to put the right habits in place. Remember what I said, that if you want your life to change, you have to change your routines, you have to change your habits, you have to change your thinking. So I want to bring you very specific ways to do that, strategies that you can implement in your life today to begin changing the way that you see results, the way that you live, the way that you work. And you know, this whole online community is a place for high achievers, for other entrepreneurs to explore their potential and to achieve what they want to achieve, what they're pursuing, to find the success that they're desiring. So I really hope this helps you guys. Give the video a thumbs up, and of course, if you're new here, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Have a great week.